Greetings, viewer. It's me, Hilariously Scary, and today we have a OC speed paint, I suppose. Hold on, let me pull up my notes like a smart person. I actually was, I was being very adulty, and I wrote down notes of points to talk about instead of being like, you know, the sky's a pretty color. Anyway, so this is my OC. Her name's Desponia. I was like, I want to draw something. I wanted to just draw a character. I didn't want to do anything crazy. I was just in the mood to draw a character. And I was thinking, what character should I draw? And I realized that I haven't drawn Desponia in ages, which is crazy because I used to draw her, I would say every day. But like, it's actually too sad because I literally would draw her every day. I would be in class and I would just draw her over and over and over again. And then I'd be done with class and I would get back to my room and I would open up my sketchbook and I'd draw her again. It was bad. It was a time in my life where all I did was draw. And I filled up so many sketchbooks so fast. Anyways, so she used to be my #1 OC. I wrote an entire story around her. She's still technically the main character, but as much as it pains me to say it, I don't think she's my favorite still. I mean, I never draw her. I almost never think about things that she does. I mean, and when I do, like, think, okay, well then Desponia does this, it's because of the pre-established storyline that's happened. And it's not like, oh, I'm just thinking about stuff that Desponia does. Because it used to be like, oh, well, what if Desponia did this? And what if Desponia did this? And now it's like, okay, this is going to happen. And then to this character. And then this is going to happen to this character. And oh, and then Desponia can come in and do that. And that's a good use for Desponia in this part of the timeline. It's because my timeline is very strange in the way that it goes from start to... I have the thing planned out from start to finish. Or I have the start of the story and the end of the story. And I'm just working out the in-betweens. So I basically know everything that Desponia does in the story. And I just have to fill in the in-between little stuff. So I guess I kind of have this thing where, like, I, like, go through and I'm like, okay, so that's what that character does for this time. And then I end up with a new character that I came up with, and that character ends up being, like, my new favorite. And then I come up with what that character does for the entire time. And then I've done that for 3 characters so far, and I recently fell in love with my new favorite character, which I actually have a speed paint of him coming up, where I actually painted, and it's just not, and it's not this paint. I'm using finger quotes here because I have seen a lot of people complain, not on my videos, but just complain in general, this isn't digital painting. I don't know what you call it though. I complained about this before though. Anyways. But yeah, because I was watching the speed paint of this girl who had like this really cool art style. I mean, the speed paint was of a girl. I don't know the gender of the person that was doing the speed paint. Stop yelling at me, I didn't just assume her gender. And the lines were like super pointy and like the coloring was super cool. And I was just like, that is so awesome. I want to try to incorporate that into my art style more. So I tried with the pointy lines. I don't think, and I've been like trying to like work harder on my lines and make them look neater. Cause it used to be just, I would just scribble something down and then that'd be my lines. But like lately I've like drawn the lines and then I've gone back and I've like erased parts and drawn in back parts. So it looks more like, more purposeful. And I think that really helps with the general piece, how it looks. Alright, so as you can see here, this character is just holding a lollipop for no reason. So there's a bit of an explanation there. I wanted her to be doing something really cool, not just like smiling in this weird way at the camera, or whatever she's looking at. And I was like, what is a cool thing that she could do? And I thought like, oh, she could like flip off the camera. But I'm like, no, I don't want to draw a character flipping someone off. I'm too pure. I can't do this. This goes against my moral grounds. Anyway, I didn't want to like restrict myself. Oh, you see that little triangle on her nose? Illuminati confirmed. Anyways, but I didn't want to like restrict my audience. I don't want to do this bad flipping off the camera. This is the good character. She murders thousands of people, but she will not flip off the camera. And then I remembered that this character has a huge sweet tooth, and her power is basically to like do things with alternate dimensions. And I remembered a concept I came up with like a billion years ago when I was actually developing this character, that this character is literally always eating. She just pulls things, like she just pulls food out of other dimensions and just eats it all the time. She don't ask why she isn't fat. It's because her body is only projection. Don't ask questions, guys. I know what I'm doing. I've thought a lot of this out. Anyways, and her favorite sweet is a lollipop because it's like it's the perfect amount of sweet. It's not so sweet that your like tongue is like dead and it's too sickly sweet. Like it's not like Pixie Sticks or like Starburst. It's like, and it's just, lollipops are just good. I don't like lollipops as much as I used to, but when I made this character, boy did I like lollipops. So she's holding a lollipop. So I'm pretty happy with how this painting turned out, or drawing. Gosh, don't yell at me, please. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. One thing that does bother me, I think the shading was like too gray or something. It didn't look as like fun and poppy as I wanted it to. I think that it would have benefited me to like, because like I basically just took the color and I made it less saturated and darker, and that's what I used to shade. But I think it would have been beneficial for like the skin tone to take like a more reddish color, and like I don't know, maybe some like blue on the hair, like just if I had just like experimented more with the colors. Also the line art looked weird. I think that I made the line art darker than the shading, and the shading needed to be, or one of them was too dark. I just need to work on that. I need to figure out what it was. But I did like in the end, whenever I put like the shading, the overlays on, I think it made it look okay. So here's the final piece. Thank you guys so much for watching. I guess I'll see you next time when I'm drawing my new favorite OC. Well, see you then. Bye!